Welcome back, everybody, to Bucks and Ducks, brought to you by the Wild Faith Podcast. My name is Evan Bungham. I have my co-host Luke Timmons with me here tonight, and it is a beautiful night. We're starting to feel a little bit more like fall. Luke, how are you doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Your legs must be tired.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Had a 24-hour race and did it, and now feeling it.
So for people listening, I don't think maybe people understand that. A 24-hour race is literally you run until you hit the 24-hour mark.
Yeah. And I mean, you can go at
your own pace.
Yeah. Take break, whatever you want to do. I definitely did. I won't lie. I hit 30 miles at like midnight. And then I was literally crawling from the aid station, almost not crawling, but damn near from the aid station to the truck. And I was like, I'm done. I'm cashed. And
that's crazy.
Went home, got some sleep, woke up the next morning to Coach Liam's football game. That got canceled because it literally was like monsoon raining that night. So that added to it. And then it's like, well, I might as well just get back out there, and started moving and got that first loop in, and I was like, I feel pretty good, and ended up cranking out another 22.
So you ended up with 52 miles?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It was fun. Yeah, so I
good for you.
Yeah, last night slept like an absolute baby. So if you need to really get some sleep, just go run a butt ton of miles, and that'll do it. Because I slept like a baby last night. I am going to sleep like a baby tonight. If you asked me what 2 + 2, I'd probably say 5. So,
well, great. I have some really complex questions for you.
Great, love it.
No, so I mean, just kind of kicking it off. I mean, this one isn't too hard, I don't think, but we'll see where you run with it. Maybe you'll give me some crazy delusional answer.
Make for a good bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, tell me, so like, what's one mistake that you see duck hunters make over and over that typically costs them birds? And like, what could they do to avoid it, do you think?
Oh, that's a good one. And coming as like I will.
I mean, you could speak through your own failures too.
Yeah. I would probably say I have so many different ways you could take this or go, and I'm very novice as a waterfowl hunter as is. So just keep that in mind, whoever decides to listen here. But I would probably go with like just over calling. Or maybe over calling is maybe not the right word, but knowing the right type of call sequence to use in the right scenario. And I think a lot of times, and I found myself doing this a bit, is just listening to the birds that you're hunting. And if you're mimicking them, great. But if you're just like high ball after high ball after high ball, it's like, well, come on, they're not always doing that, or just like cranking out some wild goose sequence. Like, listen to what the geese are doing, listen to what the ducks are doing, try and mimic that. If they tend to break off or go away, then hit them with a high ball or something. But yeah, that'd be that's what I'm going with, because if I try and think any deeper, I might go off on some weird tangent. I don't know where it'll go.
I just think it's a lot like it's got to be a lot like turkey hunting in a sense where it's
I would think so. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, you can get to a point where it's like those birds, like you're talking about, you're mimicking them, but then getting to a point of where it's like you can kind of feel what they're saying, understand their body language, and then be able to
time of year.
Yeah, and call it what they want to hear, actually to close that distance.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because I think like at a certain point too, like, if you're over calling, like they know something's up.
Yeah.
Like they're like, well, I don't know if Ricky over there is really Ricky. I think that's somebody pretending to be Ricky.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I got. Like I said, I got about
that was a good answer.
2 RPMs left in this brain, and then it's shutting down for the night.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we got an easy week, so.
Yeah. What? Okay, switching it up to you for bucks. What's the number one gear upgrade that's helped you become a better bow hunter in the last couple of years?
Ooh, that's a great one. Honestly, switching over to saddle hunting.
Okay. I kind of figured that's what you're going to go with, but I wanted you to talk about it. So good.
It was, I don't want to say revolutionary. The moment that I started mobile hunting, I literally went out. My brother-in-laws, my father-in-law can attest to it, hunting up in Ray, Minnesota at our deer camp up there. And the first time, that was really like my first year really cutting my teeth, hunting public, and I did everything. Went everywhere, but I was lugging around literally like Fleet Farm climbing sticks that weighed like 50 pounds.
Oh,
I had like a whatever Menards hang-on tree stand, Big Dog or something like that. Had that.
Sounds right.
And that was my mobile setup. And like I retrofitted it to a backpack so I could wear it at least. But it probably weighed 40 pounds.
Sure.
And it was loud, but that's what I used. And like I killed a couple deer out of it and it felt pretty cool. But the moment I switched from that to switching to a lone wolf, I got the Assault 2 with the full size sticks, and dude, I felt like an assassin because I could get into literally any tree. I could be ninja quiet and I could be up a tree in probably less than 4 minutes, 5 minutes we'll say. But that was just crazy upgrading to that. And then the moment that I switched to saddle hunting, I mean, I literally cut my gear in half for weight, and I can get into a lot more tight places that I could have not got into before, and especially a lot more trees that maybe didn't fit what a porter stand would do. And I take that back a little bit. I still hang and hunt when I can. Like I really want to buy a Lone Wolf custom gear, like 0.5, so like a really small platform. But I think what I'm eventually probably going to transition to do is I'll end up just hybrid hunting, getting a bigger platform while still being tethered in with my saddle, and just do a mixture of both, especially for those really long days. But I mean, for sure, saddle hunting has been a game changer of just trying to be light on my feet, especially when I'm on public, light on my feet, getting up in any possible tree. And, just having that ability. I'm still getting used to it though, in terms of like how you position yourself in the tree, like when you're setting up to give yourself
learning curve.
Yeah. To give yourself those opportunities for shots, unlike you would have, standing on a platform. But definitely that. I mean, like that's been the really not even like an expensive, I mean, fairly expensive, but like not crazy expensive upgrade either. I mean, like that, I think just that approach now has made me more confident in my own abilities to get out and do that.
Nice. What's one like little hack for your saddle setup?
So, hack wise, I stealth
like a little
okay,
exactly that.
I stealth strip everything.
Same.
And I did my sticks, I did my platform, I did like the parts on my rope that are in contact with metal pieces. All my metal bucklets are stealth stripped. I mean, like I like to think that my whole entire setup is dead quiet. So I think that's a big part too, especially the moments that I'm getting really tight to bedding. Like every once in a while I'll throw, these, I've only had a saddle for 2 years now, but it's like, those moments that I'm getting really tight to bedding. Those are the times that I want to try to be as quiet as I possibly can, and ultimately get up as quiet and fast as I can too. I mean, that's a big thing too, is where I used to spend a lot of time at the base of a tree just trying to get stuff set up. I mean, like literally I'd take my 2 sticks apart. I've got my 4 sticks ready. I hang them on my belt. I climb up the tree, get my platform set up, and I'm ready. I know I'm ready to rock, get my tethered set, and I'm good to go. So
nice. Yeah, that stealth strip, that's a good tip. I've done that. I actually did it on my bow as well, where you do like where your airdrop is, and then all that, like kind of that whole area right there too, to just, because sometimes your arrow will flip out and like clink up against your bow, and it's, you wouldn't think it's loud, but it's, it's just one less thing that's
spook a deer.
Exactly, it's one less thing that they can try and catch you on. But sometimes it is funny, because I will say, like, I have been recklessly, not on purpose, but just like recklessly loud getting into a tree stand, and I sit down, I'm sweating, and I'm just like, I'm not going to see anything.
Not
and then
chance.
All of a sudden, like, some nice buckle, I'll see it, like, I think at one time on that old lease we had, I was very loud getting in. I'm like, well, at least my tree stand's here. I'll just leave it up because I'll be back tomorrow, you know. And then I just saw this giant buck just kind of walk. He didn't come in, but he just walked. I mean, he had to been 70 yards from me when I set up. I'm like, he just kind of basically went 70 yards and just straight up the hill. I'm like, how did I not spook that out? But I don't know.
Never know.
That's why it's called hunting.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff. And I mean, it's kind of crazy to think that we're already at the tail end of September here. We probably only have a couple, maybe one or two more bucks and ducks, and we'll be switching over to chasing the rut already. Yeah.
That's wild, man.
It's crazy.
Yep. It's right there.
Cool. Well, guys, thanks again for listening to Bucks and Ducks, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through faith in the great outdoors. We hope today's episode has inspired you to seek God's presence in the wilderness and deepen your connection with nature. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Wild Faith Podcast on your favorite platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode, and you'll continue to be a part of the Wild Faith Podcast community. We'd also love to hear from our listeners, so please don't hesitate to reach out with your questions, comments, or topic suggestions. You can connect with us on social media or through our website. Your feedback is important to us and helps us improve and tailor our content to better serve you. And always remember, the great outdoors isn't just a playground for hunting and fishing. It's a sanctuary for finding solace and spiritual renewal. As you gear up for that next adventure, I pray you find God's presence in the crackling of a campfire, the thrill of reeling in your catch, or the quiet solitude found in nature. Until next time, thank you for listening to the Wild Faith Podcast. Take care, and God bless.